Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be recapping my round 2 and round 3 games that I played in the World Open. Now going to the second round, I was a half out of 1, and there's a reason why I'm uploading 2 games at once, because basically this is the opening. It's a Maroczy bind setup. My opponent goes Queen B6, and just take a look at this funny threefold repetition that occurred in the game, and I was totally fine with it. I knew I could maybe do this and get away with it. I didn't actually think he was gonna threefold. I thought after, like, let's say 94, he could do something like let's say here, like knight of 6, and then I'll just go knight c3, and then this will be a regular game. I guess he was fine with the draw because he had the black pieces. I was fine with the draw because I'm literally like, I'm gonna say this again, I'm literally like one of the lowest seeds of this event. I literally have 0 hopes to do that well, so I'll take any draw against a higher rated player I can get. So after that second round, I was at 1 out of 2. I was very happy with my score so far. I haven't lost a single game. And now in the third round, I'm playing a 2136 rated player. And he starts off the game with knight f3. I go d5. He plays g3, he's gonna play his bishop g2 setup, in which I just develop my pieces on like the regular squares, bishop d6, castles. Now here he goes queen e1, trying to prepare e4. I was confused why he didn't just go rook e1. I would have done the same thing, e5. He goes queen e1, I go e5, e4, trade, bishop e6. And now he goes queen e2, trying to get knight c4. But I didn't really think much of it, so I go knight c6. And now he goes knight c4. And I actually know, just completely hit me that, like, I can't really save this bishop because, like, I'll be giving up the pawn. And so I'm thinking, oh my god, I just gave him the bishop pair for free. But I also thought it wasn't so bad because this bishop on g2 is kind of bad in these sets. It's always hindered and blocked by this e4 pawn. So I thought if I keep that, then maybe that could compensate for me giving up my dark scored bishop. So I just go bishop g4, trying to get some knight d4 stuff. I get him to play c3, and now I go queen e7. I thought my bishop now stood better on g4 than it did on e6. So he kicks me out of g4, so I go back to e6. And now he goes knight h4. He's trying to get basically knight f5 to force me to trade, so then he has an active bishop. And I thought, okay, I should just save my bishop. That way, if knight f5, then like I could just go queen e8, and he won't have any pressure on d6. But instead of bishop c5, I saw that he could play this move b4, and I'm gonna have to give up like one of my bishops. I debated whether keeping the dark squared bishop or if I could take on c4. I decided to take on c4 and then go bishop b6. I liked having this long diagonal for my bishop. So now he goes a4, now I go a6, and here he goes bishop a3. And straight up, I thought I lost the game here. I'm like, oh my god, like he's gonna play b5 with this like skewers and stuff. Like, oh my god, I'm just like losing. But then I realized, oh wait, I can just go rook f8. If he goes a5 in the game, but if he just goes b5, I can literally take and attacks his queen. And if he takes here, rook a3. And if queen b5, I can just go queen e6 and save myself. So, whew, mine are scared there. So now he goes a5, I go bishop a7. He goes knight f5, I go queen e6. And now he goes back to e2. And I get my rook on the open file on d8. Now he goes rook a b1. Now he has a clear plan of trying to push through b5, and I don't really have a clear plan myself. So I'm like, okay, I should just kick his knight out of there, and then now I'm gonna go knight h5. And I thought, okay, maybe I could exert some pressure with g3 here and also with e3 here. I was sort of struggling to find ideas here. I thought, okay, maybe I could also reroute my knight to g7 with some ideas of maybe f5. Now he goes king h2, and here I played this move really fast, rook d7, and actually rook d7 is just like a big mistake. And here actually he can actually play this move h4. I actually thought h4 was the best move. It's not even h4. It's actually this knight d5 move. This move is like really powerful. I think combined with c4, this knight it's really powerful here. So yeah. And then I think he can actually also go h4 now. And he's threatening some g4 stuff, so really dangerous. But he goes h4, I go knight g7. At the idea of if bishop h3, I'm going to go f5. I thought I could keep this solid position open. So now he goes 95, and now I go f5, trying to undermine this knight. And here he goes rook b1, rook bd1, I go rook e d8, and now he goes f3. I then go 97 with the idea of trying to go c6 to boot this knight out. So now he goes f4. He's just blowing up the position, and this basically favors him because he has two bishops. And when the position is so open, there are so many tactics. And actually, my king will start to get weaker, as you'll see in the future positions. So now he goes e takes f4, and now knight f4, and now we go queen b3, attacking this. And now I'm basically done. So now he goes rook d7, rook d7, now bishop b2. And now he's ready to go c4 and just like have this like really wide bishop, and also maybe trade and have also this really open bishop. And so I go c6 trying to block a little bit of this bishop. And now he goes h5, undermining the structure. He's basically saying if I take, this structure is just like really bad. He doesn't even need to take. Actually, he can't, because I can take and maybe take on b2. He can actually also just go like e5. Going with e6 maybe, or like also taking. I actually don't know what the best move is here, but I definitely know taking is unintuitive. It's very bad. So I go queen f7, protecting my structure. Now he goes h6, and I go 96, and now he takes. And actually, we start to enter time pressure here, and so, or actually by we I mean he started to get in time pressure. So I saw all of this, and I'm like, okay. If g4, I have this like bishop b8, so now I'm thinking I could get my bishop to b8 and on this long diagonal. And now he goes rook e4, and I go rook e7. And in a panic, he has like 30 seconds left, and in sort of panic, he just trades off all the pieces and goes bishop h3. And now I just block with knight f5, and I think, okay, I'm totally fine here. Bishop c1, I go bishop b8, he goes king g2, and I can't take here because bishop f5 wins a piece. If I take here, bishop c8, and this is like, I think this is losing here because he's going to win b7, and with that he wins a6, and then this pawn will just promote with the help of this bishop. So after king g2, I go bishop e5, attack this pawn, bishop d2, and now I just bring my king up. And after king f3, now I go knight d6. Oh, actually, if you go back here, I actually realized here that I could maybe take. After bishop c8, I could go knight e4, and after this I could go 96 and protect. And I'm like, and then I remember seeing this after I played king f7, like 30 seconds after. I'm like, oh my god, I could have won the game. Actually, this is just a draw, because after like bishop e6 check, king f8, bishop c5, this is like, my position's sort of tied down here. Like, I can't just move here and like allow bishop g8 stuff. But actually, maybe I have this bishop f4, winning this pawn. So I just go king f7, he goes king f3, go 96, bishop f1. I just bring my king up, g4, and now I go knight f7, attacking this pawn, maybe getting some g5 stuff. King e4, now I go knight d6 check, king d3, and now g5, and here you go c4, knight f7, and now king e4. And here I decide to repeat moves here, and then we basically knew that like we're basically offering a draw. I'm basically offering a draw. He accepts. And I thought like maybe he could have gone king f3 here after knight f7, like maybe he could do this. I didn't know, but the computer's saying black slightly better, or white slightly better here. Maybe something after this, like someone could get bishop e4 and b5 and somehow break through. I thought this position was definitely harder for me to play. And also after king d3, knight f7, king e4, I was calculating to see if knight takes h6 worked. And I calculated for really long, and it just doesn't work. So the line is bishop g5, king g5, king e5, knight g4 check. But I saw king d6 and letting him win these pawns is too dangerous, and that my pawn is not fast enough. Computer finds a way to draw this with like perfect play, but again, I'm not an engine, so yeah. So after round 3, I currently stood at that moment 1.5 out of 3. My next recap will be my round 4 recap. My next video will be my round 4 recap. Anyways, that's all for today, and I hope you all enjoyed the video. Goodbye, everyone.